list. Relive Dad's days at the arcade this Father's Day.
Every part is labeled. It's like my own little slice of frameable history.
Plus, why this one salad ingredient is so good for you.
The #1 source of iron. They're delicious.
But first, you won't believe what these dresses are made of.
Who thought it was a great idea to make garments out of paper?
It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Jimmy Rhodes.
And I'm Christina Guerrero. Okay guys, let's take it back to life in the 1960s when a brand new fashion fad took over America.
That trend? Disposable paper dresses. While the craze was short-lived, it had a definite impact on clothing items that we still see today.
An insight into an era of fashion that changed our world is our featured story at the top of the list.
Let's go back to the 60s, a time when a novel fashion fad took over America.
When I heard about this, I was like, I've never heard of such a thing. This is so incredible.
Paper dresses were all the rage and an early indicator of what the fashion world looks like today.
It was a very short moment, but it was very exciting and it was very alive.
The fashion craze is the subject of the exhibit titled Generation Paper, Fast Fashion of the 1960s. We met up with Helen Jean, Jackie Doran's curator of fashion design at the Phoenix Art Museum, to learn more.
Who thought it was a great idea to make garments out of paper or paper-like materials?
We begin with the origin.
At this moment, it was all started by Scott Paper Company.
In April 1966, the company we know today for its sanitary products launched a promo for a line of tableware for only $1.25.
You could pick from one of two dresses. There's a red bandana print and a black and white op art print. And that's what kicked off the craze in the 60s.
The public, mainly the youth, was hooked and made paper dresses a success.
Within just a couple of weeks, the promotional had exploded.
Scott Paper Company sold over 500,000 dresses in less than a year. Other companies, such as Mars of Asheville, took notice and started to create products of their own.
They were getting orders between 80 and 100,000 dresses a week.
One of the biggest selling points, the look and convenience.
Did it sustain? I imagine putting on something that's paper-like, and I'm like, oh, I would just rip right through that thing.
This is to be seen. This isn't to wear in your home and not be seen.
Other disposable paper-like materials were mixed in to help with durability, but the intent was to wear it once, dispose, and move on to the new and better. Eventually, the trend expanded to include kids' clothes, hats, even swimwear.
Did they go swimming? Likely not, because the idea is to be seen in this outfit at the beach.
It was an early form of fast fashion, and as the 60s came to a close, the world became more environmentally conscious, which led to the trend's quick demise.
Today, we know we can't be throwing things away this fast.
Sure.
That information just didn't quite exist in the moment, but we do know now.
Though paper garments died out by 1969, we still get glimpses of them today in things like hospital gowns and even masks.
Next time I go to the doctor's office, I'm going to ask for a more fashionable cover-up.
But reminiscing on this time will hopefully be inspiration for the future.
I want our audiences to associate that with the disposability that's happening today. The opportunity they have to make choices about their wardrobe that have a longer life.
A look at the history behind 60s paper fashion is at the top of the list.
Dads are just regular guys. They like a day off, a comfortable chair, and a video game to distract them from the worries of the world. So let's celebrate Father's Day with retro-themed gamer gifts that'll transport him back to his days in the arcade.
This Father's Day, we're giving Dad the gift of video game nostalgia. We've rounded up some retro video gifts that will please any generation of gaming enthusiasts, starting with an iconic 80s arcade hit.
It's turtle time.
The Tiny Arcade Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game is an exact copy of the 80s arcade machine that your pops popped his allowance into. Except it's only about 4 inches tall with a 1-inch screen. It's available online for about $16. The PlayStation Icons light from Paladone shines in our next spot. This lamp has several modes, from static to color changing, and can even be set to react to your music. You could choose from other gaming platforms as well. Get it online for about $30. Namco's Pac-Man Museum Plus eats up our third spot. This throwback collection is packed with 14 games, which include the original, arcade versions, and online play features.
Release your pack passion in the Museum Plus.
It's available for PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and the PC for about $30. Finally, we're unwrapping retro video game art that elevates the classic Nintendo Game Boy console, the Grid Game Boy.
All right, this packaging is gorgeous. I can't wait to see what's inside.
Grid gives vintage electronics a new life with deconstructed electronics framed up museum style.
Oh my gosh, this is incredible. Every part is labeled. It's like my own little slice of frameable history.
You can choose from an array of Nintendo, Sony, and Sega handhelds. Find it for just under $300 at gridstudio.cc. For more info, head over to thelisttv.com. Leveling up Father's Day with a retro video game twist.
Summertime means more fresh produce at local farmers markets and grocery stores, so let's take advantage. Teresa Strasser has satisfying salads that'll have you trying some tasty new combos.
We all want to look and feel good for the summer, and one of the best ways to get started is to load up on nourishing food.
Why are salads the ultimate look good for summer food?
It's just light, you know, you're staying away from the carbs and keeping it all with the protein.
Chef Mario Graban at US Egg shares 3 powerful and healthy summer salads. Let's start with a lemon garlic kale salad.
What makes it delicious is the dressing. So let's go ahead and start this dressing off. I want to start off with some fresh garlic here.
Smash 4 cloves in a garlic press and put it into a bowl.
This is harder than I thought.
Give it some muscle.
I get it. I'm throwing my back into it.
Mix in a 1/4 cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice with a pinch of pink Himalayan sea salt, then slowly pour olive oil into the mixture.
Why do you put it in slowly?
Because it will coagulate if you don't.
Remove the stems from the kale, roll up the leaves like a sushi roll, and slice it up.
And that's how you make kale pretty.
Top with toasted almond slices and Parmesan. And toss it, drizzle the dressing on top.
That is a perfect salad. 10 out of 10, chef.
Next, tabbouleh. Start with a bunch of parsley and chop up about 2½ cups.
You don't want it like tiny little pieces of parsley, so I'd probably hit this about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 or 7 times.
Rough chop.
Put it in a bowl and add some chopped green onions, diced tomatoes, and fresh chopped mint. Then add bulgur wheat.
And what's critical about making tabbouleh is you want to cover it at this point and refrigerate it for 2 hours to let the bulgur expand.
To make the dressing, mix up extra virgin olive oil, freshly squeezed lemon juice, sea salt, and a pinch of pepper.
That is so delicious. Very fresh for a hot day.
Finally, beet salad.
Beets are the #1 source of iron. They're delicious, and they also really keep your blood pressure down as well. They're really beneficial too.
Cut and peel the beets and roast them in an oven at 400 degrees for 40 minutes. While they're cooking, chop up celery.
Keep the celery a little big so you get some crunch. And then here are some shallots that are chopped up pretty fine.
Okay.
So all it is shallots and celery.
To make the dressing, mix up olive oil, white wine vinegar, Dijon mustard, and honey. Pour it over the beets and toss.
This is my favorite.
Is it?
I love it.
For the full recipes, head to thelisttv.com. Healthy salads to get you ready for a super summer.
Up next on the list, go high-tech and connect your barbecue to Wi-Fi.
You're ready to get cooking.
And how the Metaverse will reshape virtual worlds.
You're experiencing things a lot more like it's real life when you're in the Metaverse.
Plus, how Love Victor shares the message of inclusiveness.
It's important for teenagers to feel like what they're going through is okay.
That's all next on the list.
Hey YouTube, okay, I know you're right in the middle of watching, but I just wanted to remind you to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss 1 minute of the list. Okay, now back to the show.
Welcome back. We've all heard of the Metaverse, and to most of us it's still like something from a sci-fi movie, but it's real and it's coming. Hadi D. Jamal preps us for life in the Metaverse.
The internet is always evolving.
The metaverse is really considered the next evolution of the internet. So think of it as a virtual world where people can live, work, travel, shop, interact, and really come together all from the comfort of their own home.
Haley Goodwin, Innovation Strategy Director at Invita Social, is telling us a few things you need to know about the metaverse. First, what exactly is the metaverse?
It's the next stage in computing. So we saw mainframe computing come out, and then it was desktop, and then mobile, and then the next step is ambience, which is really like an environment or an atmosphere. So you're experiencing things a lot more, feeling like it's real life when you're in the metaverse.
Through a VR headset and the internet, the metaverse will allow you to attend work meetings, make music, take trips with your friends and family, and even collaborate with others virtually through your custom-made avatar. Next, accessing the metaverse.
We're going to talk about the metaverse. I want to share what we imagine is possible.
Facebook put Metaverse on the map when they changed their name to Meta. So Meta actually plans to spend $10 billion over the next year in technologies to help build out its vision. So Meta's virtual reality platform is going to be called Horizon as of right now, and that'll be a place to go on to access this digital ecosystem that we're calling the metaverse.
The metaverse, a 3D version of the internet, is expected to be released for the first time on Facebook. So when can you expect to experience the metaverse?
So a fully fleshed out metaverse is likely to be available in years from now. One of the biggest challenges is that the world has yet to create an online infrastructure that could actually support the millions, if not billions, of users that will be on it.
And while we do have 5G and cutting-edge technologies, the metaverse is so advanced that it's still under development. In the meantime, consider looking at different VR headsets like Oculus Quest or the HTC Vive Pro 2 to get a feel for the future. And lastly, the metaverse is for everyone.
At some point, when everyone can join the metaverse, you're really going to be able to interact with others quickly. You can, get more of an in real life experience virtually. So you're able to talk to whoever you need to or connect with people, and it'll just be a whole new virtual experience that's at the tip of your fingers.
We're giving you a lesson on the metaverse.
Well, one advantage real life has over the metaverse, so far anyway, the barbecue is way better. And if you're looking to sharpen up your grill game this year, Teresa Strasser has some new barbecue devices you can buy right now. Teresa.
Thank you. These gadgets look like a great addition to any backyard barbecue. Coming in at number 1, BioLite Fire Pit Plus.
A Bluetooth-controlled wood-burning system that can cook your meals and create an outdoor floating fire without any of the smoke.
It has a built-in fan that blows air to improve your fire's intensity.
No more shuffling around your campfire to avoid plumes of smoke.
And for cooking, it accommodates both wood and charcoal.
And with the included grate top, your system transforms instantly into a hibachi-style grill. Pair your Fire Pit Plus with custom-designed cooking accessories for epic outdoor meals.
This one, it is a little pricey, $300 at BioLiteEnergy.com. At number 2, Luft Lighter.
The electric fire lighter that gets your grill going in under 60 seconds.
Just plug it in, and it'll light charcoal, wood chips, and logs with the push of a button.
You light your charcoal or briquettes in one place and then continues towards that same spot.
And they have a $300 wireless version called the Luft Lighter X that looks great for lighting an outdoor grill, say at a park or on a beach where you're far away from a power outlet.
The fan speed will automatically increase after 15 seconds. And when you choose, you can switch over to boost mode to spread the fire throughout the pipe.
The basic version costs $70 at Luft.com. And third on our grilling gadgets list, Meter.
A wireless meat thermometer that estimates your cook time and notifies you when your steak is at maximum deliciousness.
You stick the probe into whatever you're grilling, open its app, select your desired temperature, and go about your business.
Get notified. Meter takes the guesswork out of cooking.
Once you're done, the Meter probe charges in its battery-powered storage case, and they have an upgraded $300 version called the Meter Block that comes with 4 probes and its own display screen to cook multiple kinds of meat at the same time.
Once connected to your Wi-Fi, you're all done setting up the block. You're ready to get cooking. We hope you enjoy your new meter block.
And this one can be found at meter.com starting for around $70. And those were 3 BBQ gadgets that look great for grilling. Lots more to come on the list. Stay with us.
Get what's new, what's now, and what's next. TheListTV.com.
We're back. As Pride Month celebrations continue, we are highlighting a TV series that gave us an insight to the LGBTQ plus experience through the eyes of a teen. We're looking at some of the life lessons we learned from the show Love Victor on the hot list.
Mom, Dad, I'm gay.
The heartfelt Hulu original Love Victor is an honest tale on what it's like to be a teen who grapples with his own sexual identity.
A lot of the times, the scariest things are also the most important, like admitting who you love or who you are.
The teen dramedy wraps up after 3 seasons and leaves us with several life lessons. So we spoke to executive producers Isaac Aptaker, Elizabeth Berger, and Brian Tannen to highlight just a few of them.
We're really grateful for it, and we hope that fans sort of find everybody's final act as satisfying as we do.
First, the overarching message that on-screen representation matters.
It's important for teenagers to see themselves on screen and feel like what they're going through is okay.
There are still huge chunks of the population, especially the young population, that don't see themselves represented on TV.
But the show succeeds in flipping that script.
Just this outpouring of kids who are like, finally I see someone who looks like me, who has a family like me, who's going through my story on my screen. It's overwhelming.
The series is representative of the LGBTQ plus life experience through the eyes of Victor, a Latinx teen. His story also teaches us that challenges are part of the journey.
Everyone thinks coming out is easy these days, but it's not.
We watched as Victor's family struggles to come to terms with their son's sexuality.
It's a lot for me to wrap my head around.
Do you think you ever will?
The show really wanted to have as many problems as Victor had along the way. We really always wanted to balance it with a certain amount of wish fulfillment, joyfulness.
Because there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And if there's something the show also teaches us, the importance of a strong support system.
To me, that's the best part about all of this. Having a community, because we're family.
Victor finds comfort within his friend group, especially Simon, who is his go-to person for advice.
You will find your people, even if it is feeling very lonely and isolating at the beginning of your journey. Sort of have faith that they're out there for you and that there are people that will just love your most authentic self.
And those are just some of the life lessons that Love Victor leaves with us on the hot list.
No more hiding who I am.
We'll be right back.
It's your life, it's your list. We're celebrating Pride Month. Go to thelisttv.com to learn more.
We're back. Vacation season can give us a chance to expand our cultural horizons. But the truth is, we don't have to leave the couch to visit some truly unusual museums. So crack open that laptop. We're touring the internet's quirkiest museums.
We're taking our art and culture tongue-in-cheek with 3 virtual museums that don't take themselves too seriously. Starting with the Museum of Bad Art, or MOBA, in Boston, Massachusetts.
The Museum of Bad Art is the world's only institution that's dedicated to collecting, exhibiting, and celebrating art in which something has gone wrong.
Luis Sacco of MOBA says mainstream museums source their works from auctions and esteemed collections, while MOBA has other sources.
We have over 800 pieces in our collection. Many of them are anonymous. They were unsigned and they were recovered from the trash or from a flea market or a yard sale or something.
You can behold all your eyes can handle at the museumofbadart.org. Our next stop is the Museum of Broken Relationships, a space dedicated to lost love and broken hearts that you can visit virtually or in person in Hollywood, California. The displays consist of physical items from broken romances, from unfortunate fortune cookies to books of saucy confessions.
The stories that we have in here really range from happy and funny to very poignant and very touching.
You can giggle at other people's love gone wrong at brokenships.com. past is calling, and it's worth a listen. Our last stop is the Museum of Endangered Sounds, and it houses our favorite noises from ye olde days of dial-up internet. Founder and curator Brendan Chilcutt helps take us back with classic landline sounds to legendary video games like Space Invaders and Tetris. Relive the sounds of yesteryear over at SaveTheSounds.info. Getting a humorous dose of art and culture.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed from the phone you are using.
With quirky virtual museums.
So fun. I will say the kookiest museum I've ever seen, the Toilet Seat Museum. Not sure if it's still around, but it used to be in San Antonio when I lived there.
I can't believe there's such a thing, but maybe we can get a definitive answer at the official museum. Were the toilet seats up or down?
Well, gentlemanly thing to do would be down.
That's how we define gentlemen now?
Yes.
Thanks for watching, YouTube. Don't forget to like this video and leave us a comment down below. Oh, and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a list. Here are some other episodes to keep the party going. I picked these out just for you.